Alright, so it's another Saturday, that means another movie, and this week I watched a little rom-com to mix things up, and this one was called X's and O's, and I gotta say, I actually like this one, oddly enough. It has actors that have been in other things before, which is kind of crazy, and that doesn't make sense on this list. It has Kel Mitchell, Kel Mitchell. He's in it briefly. His character isn't that exciting. He's an Asian dude. His name was either Jimmy or Johnny, I don't know, I'm drunk. But he was pretty fun. Like, he's probably the best character in the whole movie. But basically the plot of the movie is this dude is super in love with this chick, and he is so deep in the friend zone. He has no hope of ever leaving. But as this dude is in love with this chick, there's a chick that's in love with him. And that chick has a lesbian roommate who's honestly pretty hot. There's no nudity in the movie, which is kind of sad, but, that happens. And then, the main dude, his best friend slash roommate is like an absolute womanizer, always getting laid. This dude's like a grad student or something. He's doctoral, whatever, I don't know. He's working on his PhD or some shit. And he's super smart. And for some reason, he's just too smart to understand relationships. Honestly, this movie is hard to explain, but there is a lot of great, timing moments where just perfect lines are thrown in. There's a big twist at the end, too. It actually ends up being kind of a redemption story, but not for the main character. It's like a secondary character really gets their chance, and it kind of rectifies the whole movie. And honestly, I haven't seen writing like this. It's kind of impressive. I gotta say, I enjoyed this. So I watched this with my old lady, and she hated it. But man, kind of threw me off, and really the ending is kind of enjoyable. So I'm going to get into some spoilers here. If you're going to watch the movie, go ahead and pause this and look down at the description, and I'm going to go ahead and post the whole thing there, or a link to it, whatever. So basically, what happens is, the guy's best friend has completely screwed him over throughout his whole life. And then it turns out he's been just railing this chick that he's absolutely in love with, and and that's not even the first time he's wronged him. That's not the second, third, fourth time he's wronged him. He's just been doing it over and over and over. And the way it ends is he writes this poem because the chick that is actually good for the main character is super into slam poetry. And he turns this over to the chick and says that it's the main guy's words. And that's what gives this dude a second chance with the chick, and kind of brings it all full circle. And as it's going into credits, you see that they go to this hip-hop concert, which actually has some really intelligent lyrics and talks about processes that he really understands with his scientific way of thinking. And it's actually a pretty cool ending, because you see that he starts developing actual feelings for this girl that he's been kind of using without realizing how good she is for him. And I think that's the part that my old lady hated the most, is he doesn't deserve her. But that's what I was talking about with it being a secondary character's chance at redemption, because he has ruined this guy's life, and he feels responsible for putting this guy into the cycle that he's in, and you see that cycle coming to an end. Honestly, it's really well written. I really enjoyed this. The characters are cool and interesting, and even though the chick kind of comes off as a feminazi at certain points throughout the movie, she's very, very clearly human, and I don't know, I just like this one. Usually not one for rom-coms, except for like Warm Bodies. Warm Bodies was really good, but now I've got to add a second one to the list. I really enjoyed X's and O's, and I hope you guys like it too. So, take a look.